Hello again, YouTube. This is The Truth Man. The channel is the No Matrix. No Matrix, no simping, all subjects channel. And on this video, you're going to find out why. Why did I choose to name it that? And I don't normally cuss, but I might have to because they act like that's the only language y'all understand. So I'm going to break this down in the language you understand. And this one I'm talking about how a lot of men and women try to make you guys, excuse my language, according to what the world calls their bitch. What do I mean by this? They try to make you like you they chick. They try to make you like they got you on the track. What do I mean by this? We finna break it all the way down, and this ain't gonna be my shortest video. I ain't gonna make that many videos today, but I gotta talk about this. So, and I know y'all think I'm teeing off on Angry Man. I'm not, man. But he's a perfect example of what I'm talking about. And that's what he does. Like, he'll talk to you any kind of way. We men. And he fully expects that y'all gonna cooperate, even though he don't always have the most tact and the most professional. And it ain't just him, it's other ones too. It's these content creators, man. It's not all of them. I noticed that some of them, I ain't giving no more stripes out to dudes, certain dudes. But they talk to y'all and they treat y'all like they, and I ain't gonna keep saying it, I'm gonna hyphenate it, but I'm gonna say it again. Like you they bitch. Listen, man, we all men. The Most High, once we get to a certain age, when you got a wing ding, when you got nuts, what does that mean? That means that you are a man. Now, I ain't gonna get off into some of the stuff we see in the world and all that. That's not even important. Like a lot of that stuff, I just let people do their thing. I ignore them. If they show me respect and they help me, like if I'm in the store and a guy might be what we call rainbow, he treat me good, I don't have a problem with him. You know why? Because I'm a man. I ain't gonna go there. I got something white on my lips. But when you a man, you get it off when you ready to get it off. You know what I'm saying? That's what we talking about today, man. See, this is one of the reasons why they shadow ban me. Because they know that I'm going to show y'all how to think. They've been watching me. They know how I am. The devil knows who I am. I'm going to tell you flat out. So, but from an earthly position, we're going to talk about the earthly aspect of this. Guys do this all the time. And I think the main ones that do it is the ones that are suffering from inferiority complex, Napoleon complex. I've seen dudes do this since I was a kid. Guys know the dude that's different, the dude that's alpha, the dude, and they gonna always, like the beta males that sit around and talk about the alpha male even 20, 30 years later. I already know. When guys that I grew up with probably get together, they talking about me. I already know. Because I'm the standout. See, y'all been taught that the dude is the standout with the abs and the muscles and the money and all this. That ain't how it worked. That ain't how it worked for real. Anybody can be a standout and anybody can stand out. What's gonna make you stand out is individual thought, using your own brain, figuring things out, asking questions. Like part of being a man, if you're not sure about something, you a man. Ask questions. Ask questions. Just like all this people with their guard up too tight and too high. You got your guard up tight with people that can help you, people that can benefit you. You need to be a man and figure these things out. See, that's what kids do. Kids will bully other kids because of something that ain't right with them or something that ain't right in their life. It's always like that. If their father is always gone, always at work, they think being a man, they eating more, so they probably gonna be bigger. And they think being a man is coming to school and picking with kids. Mainly kids smaller than them, mainly kids that are a little more quiet and reserved. Like I done had to punch out a couple people in high school. I had to punch this one dude out in particular because he thought because I was quiet that I was weak somehow. And they practically tried to kick me out of the school for one punch. That's how it was, the punch was. So, but he thought because he was a jokester and playing around at school and loud, he thought that he was going to get some clout. But he ended up, people laughed at him for the rest of our time there. Calling it the punch and stuff like that. Demonstrating the people who saw it. Because you got heckled in high school for a lot of stuff. But this is what they do. You at work. You minding your own business. Nothing is good enough. Man, your attitude as a man should be, I'm going to keep doing my job. If they keep messing with me, I'm going to tactfully let them know. People get to talking about my hitters, my cousin this, my uncle that. Listen, I got uncles in prison right now for murder. I got other uncles that died that went to prison for murder. You think other people knew that? Not really, because I don't need to talk about my uncles. You need to worry about me. What I'm gonna do if you go too far. I don't need my uncles. So people get to talking like this one guy was talking about all his brothers, and he thought I was supposed to be shivering my timbers or whatever. I told him just like this. I said, you think because you got all them brothers that's somehow gonna make people scared of you? They'll just catch you when you by yourself. I said, nobody. He said, man, me and all my brothers, we gonna come to y'all house and do this and that. I said, and y'all gonna die. And I meant it too. If he would have did that, I don't bother nobody. I'm not a threat. They worried about me because they know I'm a leader. But I'm not a threat. I'm not going to harm anyone that's not trying to harm me. But people would try to put this stuff in your head. Dude, ain't nobody worried about you. Like, guys now, they try to make themselves look menacing. But in the mind of a real man like me, nobody's menacing. I'm going to leave you alone, and I expect you to do the same. Nobody's menacing. And if I think that you one of them little beta male, little soft wannabe dude, I'm going to stay away from you. I'm going to stay away from where you be, because I'm out here trying to get things done. I'm out here trying to have fun. I don't got time for no beef and drama. Now, sometimes you gotta bring that beef, but sometimes you don't. More often than none, you don't. But guys are not manly. Nobody taught them how to be men. Because if guys was manly, the divorce rate would be lower, and the homicide rate would be lower. Let's start with the divorce rate. I'm not finna say what y'all think. The divorce rate would be lower because these guys they would know who to marry and who not to marry, for one. And for two, these guys wouldn't be messing with nobody else's wife. Because they will have self-control. They will have the ability to find the ones that have no one and deal with them. These dudes is weak. That's why they messing with each other's wife. Ain't no way, if I know that's your wife, she off limits forever. Only way I would do something like that, which I probably would still, but the time I would be tempted to do that is if I was friends with a dude or something and he tried to get with my ex or my wife. I would be tempted. I think my manhood will kick in and I probably wouldn't do it. But if my ex got with somebody I know, I probably would try to get their ex. I ain't gonna lie to you. I would try not to be that way because it would be like stupid to their level. But my main train of thought is, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna go after your ex. So the problem with a lot of these guys is they out here killing each other over dumb stuff because nobody ever taught them how to be a man. They thought being a man was getting tattoos on your neck and face. You out here scamming and scheming. All these things are what boys do. A man is gonna buck up and he gonna go without because his freedom is important and he gonna figure it out. He ain't gonna be out here doing stuff where they can take you back into physical slavery, which is a jail or a prison. That's part of being a man. I used to steal as a little kid and I ain't even have to. My father had a good job. My mother had a good job. But when you a kid, you trying to figure things out. When you a man, you supposed to have figured things out. It ain't no trying. You got to figure it out. So what do I mean by what I'm saying? These guys try to make you they bitch. Listen, man. They remind me of that Andrew Tate stuff. How is y'all looking at them like they running this space and they need to get their money, they need to manipulate women? That's not manhood, man. Manhood is, I'm going to get my own money. Now, if you want to help me get money, I'm not going to make you do anything or force you to do anything. I don't need you. You see what I'm saying? They talking about autistic, red pill, or autism, all man, that comment is not even manly. I'm going to show you how that Tristan Tate, what he said ain't manly. Because he tried to think of something that people would find uncool. People be mistreating autistic people all the time. They don't be treating them right. So he tried to put that in there. But I'm here to tell you, Tristan, you wasn't being a man by saying that. You tried to take a disabled person or a person that might not be labeled in people's mind as cool because you probably an agent and you want to put an end to all of this anyway. I don't know what's going on with them, dude. I don't care. I was a man before these dudes they can't really, to be honest with you, Andrew Tate, it has the gift of gab. Obviously, that's how he getting them girls. But he ain't nobody, man. Not in terms of, for me to say you somebody, I gotta respect you, I gotta like you. I don't disrespect people, but I'll come at you if you say something crazy that I know is weird. And what I know is devout Islamic people don't act like him. That's what I know. I know this because I've been around them. They don't act like Andrew Tate. They don't just pray. They try to live what they believe. But y'all done mixed up what being a man is. So y'all think being a man is having money. It's some of the most masculine men throughout all history did not have a lot of money. But they raised their kids, they raised their family, they did the best they could based on their level of knowledge. They didn't have guys to that learn from their experiences to come and tell them this, tell them that. This the information age. We got that. That's how I can come and tell y'all that most of these guys trying to turn you into their BITCA. Some of the ways they do this. They tell you not to spend all your money on these women, right? But they don't tell you not to spend all your money on them. I got something on my glasses. Sound like pimp game to me. Man, don't worry about that. Don't worry about if I got something on my glasses. See, I'm telling you, that's that female stuff. They want to, the way women manipulate you, they want you to become what they want you to become. How they think your hair should look, how they think your body should look, how they think your car should. Listen, you're a woman. Either I'm going to smash you or I'm not. Either I'm going to protect you or I'm not. You're not here to tell me anything. Now, if you got some knowledge about a universal thing like money, I'll be listening to girls who might show you how to budget and how to budget and tips, this, that, and the other. You can't teach me how to be a man, no. If women could teach guys how to be men, why is it that all the single mothers, their kids is out here wreaking havoc? And then you look at her like, man, I like her. And she got these kids. And now her kids is out of control. Her kids is ruining your life. Them ain't even your kids. That shouldn't happen. That's why people be saying when they got them kids, one of the first things they gonna do when they start rebelling, you ain't my daddy. I'll be like, get out then. You don't want to listen to me. You ain't finna run my house. My own kids ain't even finna run my house. Guys see, the world lessens your manhood. The world don't like masculinity. The world don't like the real men. They say, here's your example. Myron, stop it. Myron is still an agent. Shadow ban my video, I don't care. That dude ain't stopped being no agent. He just got a different assignment now. Look what he just did. One thing I like about Abba and Preach, man, I'm going to tell you. Abba and Preach, I don't know if they agents or not, but one thing I like about them is they ain't trying to make you they be, and they ain't trying to let you dictate to them what manhood is. Them dudes be dancing and stuff. Listen, that's what they want to do. A man does what he wants to do. Myron, because these dudes, he want to put on braids, try to act like Preach is a caveman, all that. Man, Myron, this is what they did. They was like, here's your example for manhood. Get him out the way. Excuse me, Myron. You ain't my example. I ain't brainwashed. You can't be my example. Hey, Myron, what's the longest relationship you had while you in this space talking about this and that? 3 years. Man, I had that before I got married. Stop it, man. Stop it. But this is what they do. Here's your example of manhood. Somebody that was caught in the bed with, y'all probably already know. How is that my example of manhood? Somebody who keep making racist comments. How is that my example of manhood? I don't need no example. See, and that's another thing. Guys be like, man, you too old. Where did that come from? The older guys was the ones that showed the younger guys the way. But now the younger guys don't need the older guys. That's why y'all keep getting in trouble. That's why. You always gonna need to figure out for yourself, but it be a lot of things that you ain't seen yet that you probably need to learn from the elders, the older guys. But y'all, man, you too old, you dye your hair. Yep. And that's why that was funny with Jalen Rose. Jalen Rose was like, I dye my hair, so what? That was a manly response. If a man wants to dye his hair, he can dye his hair. It's his hair. If a man want to get a jerry curl, if he want to do this, that, people are like, he got a jerry curl. You are a kid. People be trying to make you feel bad about your individuality. The only thing you should feel bad about in terms of individuality is that stuff that God don't approve of. He got great. He got a ball spot. He got a ball spot. So what? If he want to rock his ball spot, he can rock his ball. Who are you? See, here's what happened. When people don't have a God, the God as their God, they go around trying to be other people's God. That's what I'm talking about. They try to make you, from an earthly level, that's the equivalent of putting somebody out on the track, making them your beat. You done turned them into a dog. You done became the master. I don't have no earthly master. Look here. Oh, I'm going to kill it. I'm going to send it. Do what you got to do. If the Most High lets you do it, I'm up there with him. Roar, roar. Yeah, listen, roar. Roar all you want. That's why they make guns. Well, I take Muay Thai. They jumping around, kicking. Now they trying to walk around. You lift weights all day. And if that's what you want to do as an individual, that's fine. But most people do it because they trying to send a message. You ain't sending me no message. I don't care about your muscles. I got stuff that and take them off. You ain't gonna have them no more. Be careful. And other people do too. We all need to respect one another and be smooth. Men need to learn how to be men. If people knew how to be men, there would be no wars. There would be no fights. There would be no homicides. The divorce rate would go down, like I said. You got all these imposters that's really like a full-grown 9-year-old walking around. They never matured past 9. If you had your father, you should be listening to people who are father-type figures. Reading books that father-type figures have written. A lot of dudes are in prison right now because they couldn't figure out that man thing. Then you got people like Angry Man who admitted some of the dysfunction that he experienced. And I respected him for admitting it. But how they handled that just Pearly Thing situation was not cool, and it was not manly. A man would have been like, listen, I'm black. What you trying to say? What you trying to say? They would have confronted her. They can't confront her because they're like little boys. Remember how the little boys, the person that had the look and this, that, and the other they made them the leader. But when you grew up with kids who had their father in their lives, who had a manly example, you ain't gonna become the leader of them. They gonna be like, wait a minute, dude's soft, man. He just looked, this the leader right here. That's why we used to play King of the Mountain. That was manly. That was boys doing manly stuff. They tussling, being boys, trying to throw each other off the snow cliff. I'm King of the Mountain. And then you get knocked off. Was people fighting over King of the Mountain? Not really. We just went on to something else. We ended up playing football or something. Man, we was on top of that mountain throwing them. I'm King of the Mountain. Now these dudes, they be like this. What are you, a bandit? And by the way, those cowboy movies, that ain't how you learn how to be no man. Them dudes was fighting over girls, having duels over women. That was a bad example, man. And now people done made it real life. Now, remember on Minister Society when old dog, what you say about my mama? He did all of that. A man would have been like, he said what? Would have called a lawyer. You gonna pay for that. I'm finna take your money. I'm finna take you to court and you gonna pay the price for that. You ain't gonna make yourself pay the price. He had it on videotape. He laughing about it. Didn't he know that one of those dudes would get mad at him? And I'm gonna tell him he did it. He didn't have that, like, I know that's a movie, but let's say it was real life. He wasn't being a man. He didn't have a manly example. They say something like that. Like, all right, bet. You working for me now. But guys do that all the time. I know a kid, he got into it with the guy that was watching the store, came back and shot him. All that talking to him we did. And he got out here and did that. But he young, he'll get another chance. Hopefully he'll figure things out. As long as he don't pass away in prison. But these guys like Angry Man, for instance, I'm using him as an example. He said that he hate you niggas. See, men don't always have to use insults. I call people clowns and stuff like that. But I can prove my point without insults. He said he hate them. Now keep in mind, the people that were in there were giving them money. They were in there because it probably was some hate watchers, but most of them was in there because they like him. And he rewarded them by saying, I hate you niggas. From the bottom of my heart to the depths of my soul, because he be trying to make people as be. And here's another thing guys that's doing this do. On YouTube, they won't mention the smaller content creators because they don't want you to pass them up. They have an inferiority complex. They like the chick on the track that want to be the main chick. So she treating the other chicks a certain kind of way so they won't become the main chick. That's female behavior. That Tristan Tate comment, female behavior. I don't know why y'all repeating it like he really said something worth repeating. You got content creators, 60,000, 100,000, 200,000 subs, acting like he really said something. He ain't say nothing. Red pill will never go away because that's an awakeness. And as long as the world continues to decline, there are going to be woke people. There are going to be no matrix people. When I say woke, I'm not talking about the weirdo woke. I'm talking about the real woke. As long as the world continues to decline, there's going to be people like me. And I know when I'm hearing something, what to throw out. If you disrespecting the existence of God, I'm going to throw that right out. I don't care who you is. You ain't nobody that I'm going to listen to. I believe in God. I know there's a God. You can't change that. Why don't you stick to your niche? Because guys be trying to make people they be. You ain't gonna change my faith. Matter, do you want to debate? You don't want none of this. You don't want none of this. Walking around trying to downplay the existence of God, I will crush you in debate. You might want to stick to where your knowledge and wisdom is. Because I keep hearing these dudes disrespecting the Most High. Eventually, I'm going to come for you. You keep doing it. I'm going to come for you. Some of them, I like them, so I'm not doing it. But as a prophet, I'm not going to let you keep doing that. That your money don't matter. You can't take away the existence of God because you have a temporary thing called money. You see that tree right there? He created that. That's where money comes from. They cut down trees and then they take the material from the tree and they turn it into dollar bills. But these guys, because their manhood was probably delayed or disturbed by something in their lives, they think that having money makes you a man. It's kids with money. It's a 14-year-old on YouTube right now telling people about business. I'll be watching him too, because he know what he's talking about. Now, am I going to watch him talk about being a man? No. But I'll watch him talk about money, though, because he became a millionaire. He got more money than some of these dudes talking. And he only 14. Self-made millionaire. But these guys, they get into that old disrespectful stuff. Listen, the worst thing you can do is be mad at the Most High. Things happen in life. Be a man. Fight. Fight against the trials of your life. Guys walking around here, man, I'm lonely. I'm just, man up. You gonna feel bad sometimes, but you gotta work through it. You gotta keep living. You gotta keep fighting in life. You gotta keep trying to survive, trying to live. Y'all putting too much emphasis on these women and these people. You are an individual man when you become an adult. And this is another thing they do when they try to make people they be. They try to insult. My teeth are not straight. But does that mean I'm telling you a lie? Does that mean I'm telling you something that you can't use? But a little boy of a man will come on here and try to talk about my appearance. Because they want to make you they broad. My appearance has nothing to do with what I'm saying. And some of these dudes be doing that because they zesty. We don't know what people do behind closed doors. A person's appearance does not... This was weird. This was weird. Some of the greatest leaders of all time did not have the appearance. But because people in times past knew how to be men, they looked past their appearance. What did he do to Marcus Garvey? He tried to talk about his appearance because he couldn't beat him in what he was saying. So he wanted to talk about his appearance, but he's talented 10th. Oh, if he was really talented 10th, he wouldn't have had to talk about his appearance. That's what they do. Just like I said, they say, here's your leaders. And they give us an agent like Myron who don't know what he's talking about. And he was calling Preacher ape, but he looked like an ape. Man, those faces. Listen, go watch Wildlife. When Myron was doing them noises and all of that, I'm telling you, he had the appearance going on. You see what I'm talking about, though? Preach and Abba and Preach been admiring them fresh and fit dudes' neck forever. And instead of debating it out, he wants to talk. They want to insult him. Even Sneeko, even though I don't think he handled it right, he should have got up and left. But he worried about, he trying to make a name for himself. Sneeko reminded me of the old dude on Trespass. Remember the movie Trespass? Sneeko is going along trying to stay out of it just enough to take over. But he ain't gonna take over nothing. Because this stuff about him we don't need either. For one, how he handled the Pearly situation. He can't lead the manosphere. Anybody that turned a blind eye or took up for Pearly is not going to lead the manosphere. They not. They can't. If you turned a blind eye or you took up for her, you not him. You ain't got that. I don't care how good you know how to talk. I don't care. Well, I know how to talk. I learned this, learned that. It doesn't matter. Because a real man gonna see the kinks in your armor. A lot of y'all dudes like a bad queen. A bad queen is gonna try to be king. We know who the king is. The king is God. We ain't trying to take his place unless you a bad queen. But that's what people do. They couldn't beat them in debate. So he wanted to insult, they want to insult them and stuff like that. But I guarantee you, if Abba and Preach come to that studio and get in, which they probably won't because they're going to have security, them dudes going to cop plea, what we called it on the street. So stop talking. If you're going to cop plea, stop talking. Be cool. Dude got on there and he really made himself look bad. He really, Mike TV probably was in there hitting backwards flips. Like, I got it now. Cause he did one destroying the Fresh and Fit. And what he be talking about, he calls it tethers and this, that, and the other foundational black. They played right into Mike TV's hands. He gonna destroy them for real now. And he making videos about this. What they should have done, and like I noticed like a couple African content creators, they didn't understand what Myron just did was detrimental. You in the United States and you put on the mask of the opposition to everyone. remember on Boys in the Hood? Was that Boys in the Hood? You know you're not effed up then. I think that was Boys in the Hood when he said that. Myron just doo-dooed on himself. Both of them. Fresh should have been like, Myron, chill out, man. He going along with it. They're done. Only thing that's gonna keep them up is being agents. We already know about Myron. But if Fresh is an agent, that's the only thing that's gonna keep them up. And those numbers gonna be false. Cause a lot of people ain't gonna listen to them no more. Like, dude, a racist. Myron got too many negative characteristics.